Yeah, we're on.
Good evening. Oh my God, really?
Great start.
Yeah, good.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the south-afrifur podcast. You're listening to myself, Ivik, Scratch
Yo.
from Cape Town,
I'm still.
and Arrkay and Underbite,
Hi,
the
hi.
creators and the in that sort of form, creator and co-creator, co-creator,
You can
art director.
co-creators, executive producers, creators. It's
Give yourself a title. We'll go with it. COO, CEO, CFO.
Right now the official title for both of us is executive producer because we just signed a formal document to formalize our relationship with Culturally Eft, and right now our official titles are executive producers.
Sweet. Congrats.
So when are you releasing your next EP?
Never. It'll be perpetually being teased.
Punning intensifies.
Never gonna win a Tony like that.
Nope.
I can just imagine Arrkay walking up to the stage, like taking the microphone away from Oprah Winfrey for some apparent reason and saying, you know, ours was better, walking away again.
I almost did that in Montreal when they were announcing the Ursa Major Awards.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
We were.
Really?
It was a kind of an abysmal ceremony. I don't think anyone from Ursa Major actually showed up. They just asked whoever con staff to take care of it for them.
Oh boy.
It was very unceremonious, and of course we did not win. We lost to For Affinity.
Mm-hmm.
I really think that they should make an extra
Category.
Yeah, no, we were miscategorized, which is fine. Whatever. It was an honor to be nominated.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it was kind of a ridiculous. There was like a PowerPoint presentation there. They went through all the nominees. We were lucky we went first. So we found out right away. Okay, we didn't win. Whatever. We'll just sit through the rest of this. I kind of just hammered through it all, and it was really unenthusiastic. And my good friend Neo accidentally destroyed the whole presentation by plugging in his cell phone into the same circuit that the projector was on. So we got our revenge that way. But I almost just went up and said, on behalf of all of the winners, I accept these awards, and left. But I didn't because, I don't know.
Because you have standards and manners.
Yeah.
Rusty Shacklefur, however, wouldn't have. He would have had none of it. Rusty would have got up and done
I really should have worn more of Rusty in Montreal, but I was more interested in seeing the city than hanging out at the convention. I'm thinking next year I'll probably stay at the hotel and make more of a point to be in the convention and take part.
Our next one is looking like Ottawa.
Conference. It's their first year ever.
Yep.
They're going to be right downtown Ottawa, in the capital of the country. And on all days, they're doing it on Remembrance Day weekend, which should be interesting for at least a Friday.
Okay.
Yeah, look, Ottawa's not in French Canada, is it?
It's kind of right on the edge.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
I
really
think it was.
close, actually.
I think it was
Because
Queen Victoria.
for some reason, all the worst things happened to French-speaking nations
These days.
at this point.
Yeah, no, it's right on the border because I think it was Queen Victoria, might have been one of the other queens, decided that they wanted the capital of Canada to not be either Montreal or Toronto, but instead be right in the middle.
Which is
So they
what? Which
she
is what
picked
city
some
again?
random Ottawa,
Ottawa.
which was originally some no-name logging town, but it was chosen specifically because it's right smack dab in the middle between Montreal and Toronto, the two larger cities.
Because
I've actually been to Ottawa before. My
It's a nice little town, nice little city.
I wouldn't. Yeah, it's definitely a city rather than a town.
Yeah.
The only issue that I normally have with Canada is the fact that people stay in two-story houses, and the very fact is that during winter they spend more time in the morning trying to get themselves not killed by random icicles falling from the sky.
It's most of Canadians' existence. That's right.
Canada, scared of
months
icicles.
of the year is dodging. 8 months of the year is dodging icicles.
Look, the thing is that Australia obviously has several thousand animals that are out to kill you.
Yeah,
Mhm.
In Canada,
everything in
what
Australia
you have
wants
to worry
kill you.
about is the icicles. and a random person with like a pop gun
We also had some polar bears, but they're slowly dying. So
or a
Hooray.
mountain lion,
I wouldn't cheer about that.
Yeah.
a moose.
It was a sarcastic
moose
thing.
are pretty dangerous.
Yeah, I hear.
Yeah, I've heard they're pretty dangerous.
Moose are wild. Back from where I come from, my old country, Newfoundland, there's like a whole bunch of moose that were introduced like 100 years ago, and now there's like 100,000 of them. More often than not, they're a hazard for like highways. They're introduced for game. You know, it's like it's mostly for hunting. I mean, I haven't seen too many of them here in Ontario. I've only been here a couple of years, but
No, up north a little more.
yeah.
All right, so
But
you guys
moose-
obviously signed a contract recently.
Yeah.
Was
So-
what, like a 52-pager, if I'm not mistaken?
That was the business plan, and
Yeah.
that was used as an application for a business grant, which we spent doing a 7-week course as part of it to make sure that we're caught up on businesses. I thought it was a little unnecessary for me because I already have a background in arts management. But it was a good refresher for me, and Underbite learned a bunch because I made sure that he was able to tag along. We made some really cool contacts there as well, people in the art world and event planners and other people who like make T-shirts and stuff. So it was good for like networking as well. So yeah, the 52-page business plan, that was essentially our application for a little bit of government funding for Culturally Apt, which we want to use to upgrade our equipment and buy some promotional merchandise to hand out and give away, and maybe send some free T-shirts to South Africa, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That'd be
free
awesome.
T-shirts. I take a large and a half.
Yeah, we gotta make them first though. So we got Underbite is working out on some designs, and what we're probably going to do is do like a Twitter poll with a couple of options, and the winner will be put into production. We'll start like after doing the business plan, we decided, hey, maybe we should not just launch a whole web store all at once. Maybe we should just do one thing at a time and sort of build up to a whole store. So I think we're going to start with a T-shirt.
Okay. And like, walk us through the process of actually getting this grant. I mean,
Sure.
I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people who'd be willing to hear sort of what exactly it takes in Canada.
Sure. I mean, in Canada, there's lots of government funding for the arts, and that's where my background is. When I was working in the music industry, I was a grant writer because we are right next to the United States. So we have Canadian content laws, which means radio and TV all have to have a minimum amount of Canadian content, because otherwise our culture would be completely drowned out by everything the U.S. is producing. So it's like a preservation of Canadian identity almost, and this started in like the 70s.
That's completely
So they
fine.
created all these funding bodies. They created all these funding bodies to get that, and that's where my experience is. So, YouTube is a new art form. It's a little too new, unfortunately, because they're all still government run, and it takes any government ages to update and change. So the business grant that we applied for was for youth entrepreneurs. So anyone under 30, generally there's like incubation centers or municipalities will have these free resources for anyone who was looking to start a business or like expand their business or who was under the age of 30. It's kind of like if you want to travel to one of the Commonwealth countries, you should do it before you turn 30. It's the same thing. If you want to start a business, it's better to do it before you turn 30 because there's all this funding available. So that's where I found that, and I submitted the application. I had 2 interviews where I had to present Culturally Apt. I brought some of the promo stuff we had already. We made little coloring books for con a few months back. And like a poster. And for the second interview, I got Underbite to put on Rusty. So we got to wear Rusty inside of a government building. And so the next stage was to go through this 6-week course, which was a lot of just like guest speakers on marketing or finances, or there's some business law. And like it was a little dumbfounding at first because like it's this dorky furry YouTube channel a very niche audience. But it kind of dawned on me sort of halfway through the program that like a couple hundred people applied to this program, and there was only maybe 15 or 20 people in the room. So our silly little YouTube channel managed to get past all that. And people,
recognizing us for particular feats within what we had done. So that was ooh.
Yeah, like the big takeaway, I think, for me, I think I'm going to make an episode out of it. Furries aren't as ridiculous as furries think. Like, furries really take the fandom a bit for granted, maybe. They really sort of underestimate what we're capable of. That's just because, like, to most people, it's just like a nerdy hobby. They don't really think people make money from this, but there are artists and fursuit makers who work as furries full time, and that's really our goal at this point, is to be full-time furries. And if you look for it and present it in a legitimate way, people are going to take it seriously.
Doesn't matter what it is. If you got an audience and people want to buy it.
And people like recognized the YouTube part, especially. I found a lot of the first timers were like, "Oh, okay, YouTube, Google. You were working with Google, so there's that as well."
Wow.
Yeah. So furry is legitimate business if you are careful about it and if you're smart about it. You can't just like decide I'm going to be a fursuit maker and then think you're going to change the way fursuits are made. But like you got to have that knowledge, that foreknowledge of like finances, how many fursuits do you need to make a year, how much is your fur going to cost. But if you work all that out, you can do it.
Yeah.
Specifically with furries too, you really should take some time to learn the audience.
Yeah.
As someone who works freelance within, like arts and furry and whatnot, and commissions and whatnot, like you should really, it's you gotta love it. You gotta be willing to work with that kind of audience. They're sort.
Scratch.
Basis.
Sorry. Scratch. Like literally, I hope you're taking notes.
Yeah.
Love this program.
One thing I learned huge. Like it took so much practice. I didn't get it to like week 5 maybe of just like learning how to talk to normals about furries and the furry fandom.
Yeah.
So basically, it took a lot of practice. But yeah, it's something you have to practice, really. Like, go up to normals. Hey, what do you do? Oh, I have a YouTube channel. Well, what's your YouTube channel about? Oh, it's about talking animal people. And you really, really have to start at the really basics like that. Like, oh, I have a YouTube channel. It specializes with talking animals. And from there, they go, oh, okay, like Zootopia or like Animaniacs or whatever. Like, they immediately jump to. And then you go, yes, and it's this whole fandom, and this is my audience, and it's this world-spanning, largely American, like, underground fandom that you maybe have heard of in negative connotations on TV.
Sometimes
but you really have to start. Yeah, you really have to start at the base, like talking
grassroots.
animals. Yeah. You can't just say, oh, well, we have a YouTube show for furries, because they're going to be like, what's a furry? Or we talk about anthropomorphic animals, because they don't. Anthropomorphic is far too long of a word for anyone who's just meeting you to process. So that's
especially not
that's the
business
other
people.
takeaway. Yeah, that was our big takeaway, was learning how to present culturally apt to non-furries in a really easy and understandable way.
The furry idea as a whole.
Yeah.
And then I feel like you're running into the problem, shit, how do we really put this into words? Because blank. Well, I mean, starting with talking animals is good, but I mean,
yeah, people understand that really quickly.
well
Cartoons, Ninja Turtles, comics, and you can just really build from there. Find out what they're interested in, and then say, oh, okay, well, here's an example of something you're interested in that involves talking animals, and that's something our channel will talk about. So yeah, that was some really cool stuff. So the application is submitted, and now we are in the waiting period for it to be reviewed and read, and find out whether or not we get some government funding for our silly little furry YouTube channel.
Canadians seem like incredibly supportive of the furry community, it seems. Like with the whole research foundation and everything.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, like we're talking about like somebody like Nuka. Um,
Yeah, I mean that was like a research grant, right? Like that's more
Yeah.
of in the scientific, social sciences community, and the stuff I'm looking for. Like, I mean, this grant is business; it's entrepreneurial.
mm,
But this time next year, I'm hoping to apply for like an arts grant.
okay. How old are you now?
I'm 26.
Okay, 4 years.
Yeah, I got 4 years left to milk the cash cow that is the Canadian grant system.
Milk
But
Canadian.
there are other grants bodies that age isn't really a factor.
Okay. So when are you coming to South Africa?
Yeah. When I make a lot of money.
July. So July next year.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Why not?
Right after AC, we'll do it in one trip.
Don't come in July. Just like come in summer or at least spring or autumn.
No. Scratch.
Yeah?
July.
Why?
July.
It's raining in Cape Town.
The
Oh,
13th.
July. Okay,
July.
July. Yeah, July's fine.
We have a meeting about this tomorrow, dude.
We do again.
Yes.
I didn't.
I
No one.
Put
Yeah.
that on your Skype.
No, not on my Skype. Maybe
There.
like a group Skype.
It's there.
Okay. Okay.
I will be 24
Fierce.
later this year, so I got 6 more years to milk the Canadian government.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Milk that government. The government that works.
So, Culturally Eft is now officially registered as a business in the province of Ontario. We have a business number, and we're both signed on as a general partnership, and we had to fill out a contract between the two of us with our names and SIN numbers and all that. And yeah, we have a signed contract of the split. I own the majority of Culturally Eft, and Underbite is like a supportive partner. And yeah, we're on the books. And the next step to get our grant funding is to open up a Culturally Eft bank account. Real legit.
We're not a registered business yet, but we'll get there. We have a bank account though.
Yeah,
Mm.
but those are for other nefarious purposes.
So South African businesses and South African business grants and things like that, they generally won't pay for us for other specific business related things and things like that. So I mean, for South Africans, and I mean, generally sort of like the color line in the furry sort of fandom, and it's something that I'll probably talk about just now, is 80 to 95% white to 5% everything else. And I mean, for us in South Africa, we have like 3 people of color in our entire fandom.
Maybe.
Scratch, confirm here. Like there's Dracius, there's
5 maybe.
Denim, Sage.
I mean, even here in like North America, like the Nuka's study showed, even here the majority of the fandom is still white. But like, I don't know, I feel like I'm seeing more visible, like a more visible presence of people of color. Like there's Tiger, what's his name? He raps and does music.
Oh yeah. What's that tiger's name again? He did something. He did like a rap bit for one of Duke's videos for Anthrocon.
Yeah, and there's another Sergal I've been following on Ottawa on YouTube that I'm pretty sure he's a person of color, but he's always wearing his fursuit head, so it's hard to tell.
Also
I mean, and then there's somebody like there's Dalmi, there's how do I forget her name when she has the cutest Witchy bunny, yeah. Witchy! Oh, but Witchy's awesome. Like, we were supposed to do an article for, like, along color lines and things like that for JM. And for, Scratch.
Adjective species?
Adjective species, yeah.
What? How are you
I
words
still have-
tonight?
Words don't work.
How are
Good.
you words tonight, seriously?
Weren't you just bragging about all the words you know?
Yeah, 22,500.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Off
Yeah,
air, you
none
were
of
like,
them are
I know
good
words.
names.
I know the best
Where's the
words.
pick
Best
from, in all
words.
fairness?
Just because I can recognize them in a lineup doesn't mean that I can like enunciate them properly.
Like you have like a fucking criminal case against words. That's the one. That's the one that made me look like an
No,
idiot.
they've got a case against me. Like the case is that like, hey, we're gonna not work for you today. They're on strike.
You're butchering them.
The words are on strike. It's probably because I'm butchering them. I am the word.
The English language
Myth?
v. Ivik Wolf.
Wow. I'm definitely not the wordsmith, but yeah. Adjective species. So yeah, we were supposed to be doing a like article for them around color lines and things like that, and speaking to Witchy about her experiences through the lens of the two things that actually, in some senses, actually count against her in America. And like it was a very, very awesome and open conversation. I was thinking about it this weekend. I still need to get around to it. I'm thinking about finishing it throughout the week. But I mean, like, I'm not sure if you've like released a video around that yet, or
No,
sort of
no,
intend to.
no. We haven't really thought about doing something like that yet. Yeah, it might be too hot of an issue right now with the Black Lives Matter movement. It might be important to talk about in the near future.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll see what you guys write up for adjective species, and maybe I'll base it off that article. I like to do that sometimes if I can't. If I have writer's block, then I'll fish around for good articles off of adjective species and adapt it to script.
Nice.
No, hopefully we'll be able to get that out for you within this week. After it goes through like several different editing processes, specifically because obviously words don't work for me right now. So yeah, I mean, like, where are you guys gonna go in the future from here? What's next on the menu?
So we're working on weekly uploads, which we have been doing pretty well with the music video playlist. We have a new playlist updated every other week, and updated as people suggest videos that are relevant. And you can find that just on the front page of youtube.com/culturallyeft. It's under playlists, and it is an updating music video playlist where if the music video has animal people in it or costumes or animations, we pick a topic. So far we've had 2 up there so far. One of them was animal masks, and the one before that was 8-bit videos.
Oh, cool.
And next week will be Red Riding Hood, the Little Red Riding Hood in the form of music videos. And after that, maybe we're going to have Club, some other ideas for that. And it'll be updating and changing as people give us videos, as I find more videos.
I can give you a suggestion on places. Yes, please. I can give you a suggestion on places that that are in fact working on like sort of music and things like that. Maybe music also made by furries themselves. There's needs for starters. I mean, if you look at furry.fm, furry.fm is recently starting to roll out a very, very interesting thing.
Yeah, right now it's mostly just like popular music, like mainstream music videos. We will be including furry-made music videos, of course. But I wanted to show just all of this pop culture that we have available before I go into what the fandom has been creating.
I have on the 8-bit topic. I already have something in mind. I don't know if you've featured it yet, but there's one by a South African music group called Goldfish, and the song.
Yeah, it's on there.
Yep. Sweet.
Way ahead of you, man.
Cool.
Answer music video series. It is video number 4, and it is Goldfish We Come Together.
Yep, that one.
Oh. Video I selected.
Do you have a band called Wolf on there yet?
No. I have a song called Wolf by First Aid Kit.
Okay, then you've got the wrong bands here. Like, there's some really, really good metal out there.
Yeah,
that
no,
involve.
I also want to span all genres too. So if
Mm.
you have some wicked, I know in Finland there's a children's heavy metal band called Heavy
Yes.
Saurus.
Heavy Saurus is amazing. I freaking love them. I have no idea what they're saying.
I'm a
but I
big
love them.
fan of Battle Beast, which I believe is
Mhm.
also from Finland, and they have the furriest artwork. Just Google
Yeah.
image search Battle
No,
Beast.
they do. They do.
It's basically softcore fur porn on
There's-
their album covers. I really want a vinyl of them. It'd be great.
There's also
You've listened to Black Ninja by now, right?
I'm not sure.
You should listen to Black Ninja by Battle Beast. It is
Oh yes,
absolute.
yes.
And
Yeah.
then there's Wolf by Iced Earth as well, which is a song that you should totally listen to. There's a band called Wolf. There's also a band called Power Wolf.
Sure.
So-
Yes, send me links after the recording, and I'll
No,
look
no,
everything up.
there's also like if you want a
otherwise-
really big throwback, there's Nina Simone's "My Baby Just Cares for Me," which was a claymation one,
Mhm.
which is really
Sure.
cool.
You haven't seen that?
I don't think so.
Yeah,
Anyways,
listen.
just send me some links. You can send them in the chat or over Skype later,
Sweet,
whatever works.
we'll do.
Um,
I'm just gonna find that song now. Try and keep it down.
Yeah. Otherwise, Underbite and I have been going to the YouTube studio here in Toronto, and that has been really exciting. They've been doing networking events for people who have 1,000 subscribers or more, which we qualify for. And yeah, it's this big networking party that Google throws every month. We've been meeting some local YouTubers there, and we're hopefully going to collaborate with some of them. And like, we're the only furries there, and we're also like the only scripted content. Everyone else there is like beauty blogs or something.
Your face is a beauty blog.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
One less, please.
But yeah, we've been going to the YouTube space here in Toronto, and when we get to 10,000 subscribers, we will be able to access their studio once a month for free, which means everyone who's listening should subscribe to us to help us get that goal,
Bitchin'.
so that we can access Google's studio and record there once a month for some really high quality culturally F'd content.
Is it like a
which would
day
be
or just one video or an hour slot or what?
As I understand it, I haven't like gone through all the paperwork yet because we don't qualify all the way yet. As I understand it, it's just like one full 8-hour day, and you
sweet.
can record whatever you want. They'll have all the staff are at your disposal. It's all paid for by Google because Google is smart and they know that people are making content for them.
Got that
And
sweet
it would be
Google money.
Sweet Google money. Oh wait, no, these networking events have all been catered with free alcohol, and apparently they were having open bars before we showed up, and now it's just drink tickets. But like people just give you their drink tickets when they leave. So I know I've been getting a little too drunk at these events. The first one I stayed late, and last time I was much better. But last time I also brought the fursuit. They had like a Pride event for Toronto Pride because it was during the same week. So I brought Rusty, got some great photographs, and everyone took selfies with me, with Rusty rather. Yeah, it was a really fun time. People reacted really well to the fursuit in the room.
Mhm.
I'd like to think it got more attention than the drag queen they hired.
What?
It rivaled. There's
Yeah, no, it was a Pride party, so they hired a drag queen to do some lip sync performances throughout the evening.
That reminds me, we should have one of our free events at Kiki. Like, there's a like sort of a drag joint just down the road from us here in Centurion. That like has, she's pretty damn good, I have to say. But she's a wow. She's also the owner.
Nice.
But
That's
drag is awesome. I heard you guys went in drag at some point.
Yeah, I did drag a couple of times. I haven't done it since last summer. I think that was no, that's not true. For Halloween, I won a costume contest for my Dr. Frankenfurter costume from Rocky Horror Picture Show. And yeah, I did a episode about comparing fursuit and drag. That was episode 14
I saw that one.
we filmed last summer, and I think it was released last October. Yeah, I do drag occasionally with my
Mhm.
friends who got me into it through RuPaul's Drag Race, which is a freaking amazing show. You should pirate and watch endlessly.
Okay.
It's a reality show competition for drag queens. It's ludicrous and ridiculous, and it's like a meta deconstruction of your average reality show. It's very clever and very funny.
How's your female voice?
Non-existent. It's like the same as Rusty's voice. It's just kind of a
Okay.
little more exaggerated. I don't know. I find I have better attitude and better. I can think of wittier things on my feet when I'm wearing my fursuit more than I'm in drag. So I don't do drag very often. It's a lot of work. Whereas fursuiting, you can just throw on your fursuit and suddenly you're a 6-foot rabbit.
Mhm.
Whereas drag, you have to like. Well,
Give us a little Rusty.
so Rusty, there's an artist named Anobi. He's a popular erotic artist, and I used to be really good friends with him. I used to have like weekly parties at his house, and when he gets drunk, he kind of goes high pitched and has a bit of a lisp. So I do my best Anobi impression when I get into Rusty.
That's awesome.
All right. Rusty was what's it? It was it was a pre-made fursuit, right?
No, I made them all myself. So when I was employed, I would like occasionally go to a fabric store and just buy a bunch of fur, thinking that I'll turn this into a fursuit one day. And when I was unemployed and bored and I have this YouTube channel going, I was like, okay, I'm gonna make a fursuit, but I'm not going to buy any new material. So I made Rusty using only what I had in my basement, and that's where Rusty came from. And that spanned several months of like working up the design and putting it all together. And I had exactly the right amount of red fur. I literally have like no scrap bigger than 2 square inches left of red fur. Like I
Lucky you.
used every single bit.
For some
No.
paint.
The head is really kind of Frankensteined together. If you like turned it inside out, like you would see it's just made out of little square patches, basically, because that's all I had to work with.
So there's a pic of Rusty, if I'm not mistaken, doing curling.
Yep, yeah. Finals night at my curling club. I took Rusty and threw a couple rocks. He was well received. I got a couple of high fives from some old ladies. I was hoping that like being out on the ice would be more comfortable, but even as little physical activity as curling has involved, still was enough to like get me overheated. So I didn't stay with him all night as I would have
Pop us
liked.
a pic as well as a link to your channel, but I figured
Yeah,
that
I don't think I have a pic handy posted anywhere. I've been meaning to like make Rusty his own for Affinity page or something so I can stick them all up there.
Huh. I swear I had one that you sent me like a long time ago.
Yeah, probably.
Probably.
I got a video of him doing a rock delivery too. It was a fun night.
You call them rocks?
Curling rocks, curling stones.
Is that the actual term for it? Or is it just like the pigskin?
I don't know. I went to go drink. That's why I got into curling. I had some friends who went in, and we ended up having an all furry curling team.
So your curling team is a furry problem, and drinking problem apparently.
Well, yeah.
Or does your furry team have a
my drinking team is a curling problem?
And a furry
Okay.
problem.
Yeah.
A furling problem.
furling problem?
It's conclusion. There's no hope for any of them. That's it.
No, all hope is lost. That's why I gave up and just like, all right, let's see if we can't turn Culture Lift into a business because
Embrace it.
nothing else seems to be working. Yeah, go big or go home.
Yep. Well, you're going big enough to get the government to sit up and take notice.
Yeah, here's hoping.
Mm.
Yeah, for our final presentation for the Grants Body, we got to wear Rusty again. I took the turn, so we got to wear Rusty twice in a government building.
Living
You
the
were wearing
dream.
this.
So like yeah. I mean, like if you ever like cross borders with Rusty, just leave the Midwest alone.
Yeah.
Just don't walk on the side of the road. You'll be fine.
Okay.
And don't vomit.
Yeah, it'll filter through the eyes and become fursuit salsa.
Ugh.
Oh God! Wow.
Please don't tell me that's a
I
thing.
thought vomit was. I thought that fursuit salsa.
What?
Is that actually a thing? Does it go through the eye like
I
mesh?
think so. I used it in a term for furry lingo, or for our episode on furry lingo and furry terms and our weird sort of language we speak. And yeah, it's my favorite term is fursuit salsa. It's when you puke in your fursuit and all the fluids drain away, leaving the chunky remnants inside your fursuit head. I don't actually know if it's real, but it's funny, and that's all that really matters.
I could definitely see fursuit vomiting being a thing at least once to somebody at
So
some
gross.
unspoken party at a big con. Like, it happens. It's got to happen like every week.
Yeah, it's probably happened to somewhere to someone,
Yeah.
some poor soul.
Some poor schlub. Oh my God.
It'll be
gross.
so hard to get the stink out of your fursuit head
Oh,
every time
I'm
you put it
sure.
on. You're reminded
I
of
can
your
just imagine you trying
shame.
to like burn incense on the inside of it.
Like, I'm just thinking too. We're about to make an underbite right now. Me and my girlfriend, who makes fursuits on a side note. But at any rate, like the entire inside of the mouth is gonna be fleece. So I'm just thinking, like, if we're gonna be, if I puked inside of that, like, that's it. It's gone. It's no. Kids, don't ever puke inside your fursuits. If there's anything you can take away from this entire podcast, it's just don't ever do it.
not
Take
not
your
like
ass off.
So
not like
Fursuit.
everything in moderation. Just like don't vomit in your fursuit.
Honestly, my experience with drinking in fursuit is that you can't get drunk because you just sweat it all out. So it's kind of a waste
Bullshit.
of alcohol. It's a waste of alcohol. Like it was Fernal Equinox drinking. It was really buzzed. It was like, okay, I gotta get in the Rusty and have a good time. And an hour later, I was sober because I just sweated out all my alcohol. Because you have to drink lots of water. So instead, I just smoke lots of weed.
you're drinking too slow, dude. Drinking way too slow.
Oh,
We both prefer smoking. I prefer smoking over drinking, at least.
if we can,
Sure.
I think if we can get these two Canadian schlubs down here and teach them how to drink properly.
Yeah, no, I think that's a good idea.
Well, I know how to drink properly. I just know it's better for me if I don't.
Fair point.
If it wasn't for pot, I'd be
You
Eh.
can come to Canada and we'll smoke you up.
Oh. Is it
It'll
legal
be
there?
legal
I think
here in
that
9
would-
months.
I mean,
It will be in 9 months.
Oh,
officially.
lucky you.
considering it's
when
illegal here.
when weed becomes fully legalized, we will be producing an episode that will be written, filmed, and edited all well stoned.
Oh God, that sounds amazing.
That will be the culturally after 420 special. Hopefully next April.
Just play games.
Yeah,
Pretty much just do what like Game Grumps does.
yeah. There's lots
Play
of
games while high.
Why don't we just do a comment response video on 420? That'd be great.
Yeah, that sounds good.
If you could just do a 420 like response comment thing, that'd be great. Okay, sorry, we actually have a question from the gallery
oh my
here.
God.
Yeah, believe it or not. Mind
shit.
asks, what do you guys do between recording Culturally Effed? What is your sort of process at coming up to a video?
So between recording and releasing, I'm either video editing or writing, or doing the really boring businessy admin stuff. So like just cleaning up receipts and making sure like doing social media, and making sure Underbite is doing all of the artwork he's promised to do.
He promises to do things? Artists, wow.
He is now contractually obligated to.
Nice.
Yes, indeed.
Before he was just doing favors, and now he's in this for the long run.
What's the word?
So-
Proxy Fox mentions one of his favorite YouTuber quotes is "Never edit sober."
Yeah, I edit sober a little too often. I definitely get like looking for like animated GIFs or memes or whatever to accompany my talking head. Sometimes it really helps to be a little buzzed.
In which way?
Anyway,
Okay.
all the ways.
All the ways. So you got
Uh,
like a whole bunch of bees somewhere, probably in your basement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right there.
Oh yeah. There's something that you guys don't actually know. Those of you who are listening, Underbite is apparently being like sequestered away in the basement, and this
In
kind
my
of like this
basement,
entire
yeah.
idea of being
I have
contractually obligated.
so
Well,
bad.
we
I
the
can't
reality
leave.
is we just wanted to be in separate rooms so that like we wouldn't be echoing on each other's microphones.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
But it's
Yeah.
much more
likely
fun to,
story.
yeah.
That's more fun to pretend you're.
I've made myself quite comfortable down here. So
Oh,
I also
God.
don't have proper air conditioning, and it's like the basement's like the coldest room in the house.
So in other words, what? Your hair will freeze up. You'll have frosted tips. Mwahaha.
God damn it. You're better than that, Ivek.
but
Scratch. By the way, I just
really,
sorry. I want to segue quickly, just for like 15 seconds. We're gonna have to look through like all of our content now,
Why?
because I had this idea on Friday.
Oh, God.
We're going to create an entire like mashup of all the times you say "God damn it" after I've made very very
That's
stupid.
a supercut,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like a goddamn it supercut.
Hmm.
highlight reel.
Like the before and after.
Yeah,
I
I
either
highly
carry
encourage
on or I don't carry on.
Mm. Have you seen the how can I put this lightly? The N-word supercut for Django Unchained.
Yep.
My God,
No.
it's amazing.
It's like 5 minutes long.
I
You-
know.
5 minutes of that specific word over and over and over again. You become desensitized to it almost.
Completely. It's crazy.
Django Unchained.
Yeah.
You don't want to watch it. I think you actually tried watching it.
It's a
There was a
Tarantino
point
movie.
that like somebody was killing dogs. Yeah.
It's a Tarantino movie.
Mm-mm.
There's gonna be blood.
As opposed to Saw. Jeez. Sorry. My cat apparently ran into the door again. She's really catching on to my mentality here.
What?
She jumps up onto a little like loofah. What do you call that thing? Ottoman. She has her own ottoman that she sharpens her clothes on or and everything like that. But the issue is that sometimes she gets overexcited. She jumps onto it and she like face plants directly into the sliding door every single time.
Amazing. So graceful.
I actually need to use the bathroom. I'll be back in just a second.
Sure.
Kink in ZA says that Scratch, you are me.
Okay. I'll take that as a compliment.
I guess so. I think it's either that or our voices are so similar that it becomes.
It's just like a mishmash.
Do our like icons flash?
Hmm? Yeah, well, yours does. Mine doesn't.
Okay.
But yeah, there is
Okay.
some distinction.
Who just? Yeah. Who walked away?
An underbite is left.
Okay. Okay. Underbite has left the building.
Yeah, we only have outhouses here in Canada, so he has to leave the building to go to the bathroom.
Are they all in the basement?
No.
Yeah. You joke
It's an
about
outhouse
that.
for a reason. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not an underhouse.
Or an in-house.
Yeah.
Yeah, you joke about like low-tech plumbing solutions and all that. Usually that's our shtick. Like everyone giving South Africa guff about, being a third world and we're still like scared of lions and shit.
Yeah, I mean, I was just talking about that with my brothers. Oh, I think we cut out a little.
Yeah.
We just talked about like how India has 1 billion people and almost all of them don't have proper plumbing, and yeah, it's kind of crazy.
It is
Take it for granted up here in the Western world.
Oh, you take a lot of crap for granted once you see how the other side lives. Everyone okay?
Mm-hmm.
Ivek?
Vic.
Ivek, you're dead?
Well, we should play a game while he.
No. I'm here. I'm just recovering.
Okay.
He's only
Oh!
slightly dead.
The coffee went down the wrong way.
Oh god. Not good.
Yeah. And
I
I
thought you said you were
decided to
drinking
breathe.
wine.
No, I am drinking wine. I'm also drinking coffee.
Gross.
It's part of my shtick. I get drunk and then get like hyper.
Oh yeah.
So then I'm hyper drunk.
Shtick.
Yeah. Did I call it my stick?
No, you did say shtick. It's just like
Okay.
that's such talent.
Yeah, I know. Like shtick is the only word that works for me right now. Okay, so I mean, like editing videos, making
Yeah,
the
yeah,
word?
and just like doing research on whatever video I can think of to do next. Going with like the business program and stuff, I went through quite a bit of a bout of writer's block actually. So I'm trying to get back into the swing of things and find regular time, like every week, just to sit down and write. That's part of the reason for my Patreon subscribers why I haven't really been delivering episodes early is because they usually are done the same day they're being uploaded. And that's just partly because I have writer's block, and
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of new episodes to write, and they take time to get done. Like each script is maybe 2.5 pages, and we want to start doing weekly videos with the regular episodes being every other week. And I'm trying to get other people to write for me. I have people volunteering to write for me, actually, which is so handy. Usually I just ask, hey, could you send me a page and a half? And then I'll fluff it up at the beginning and the end and put it in my voice sort of thing. So that has been really cool. People have been reaching out to us, be like, hey, I want to write for you. Or I am impatient that you aren't talking about this topic that I want you to talk about, so I'm just going to write you the script, and then you have to talk about it.
That's
I'm
terrible.
like, great, sure, whatever.
That's terribly nice of them.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's takes a lot off of my plate for sure, and it gets everyone else involved, like that they can reach out and actually have a conversation with us. Mind has a question on the chat. What are the focus topics for shows you guys do on Culturally Effed? So originally for season 1, we tried to climb the ladder of media history. So episode 1 was about cave paintings, and episode 2 was about ancient Egyptian gods, and episode 3 was about not ancient Egyptian. We got like tricksters, I think. And then we get up into novels and movies and comic books, and finally the furry fandom. So now that we're past that, we've sort of been just going wherever the scripts happen to be ready. So we've been talking a lot more about the furry fandom. But we did a poll recently. We did a little survey, and that was actually part of our business program. They required us to do a survey. And we discovered that people want more videos to do with the furry fandom, and they want more videos to do with myth and legend. So a lot of what I've been looking into are on either one of those two things, because that's what seems to be in the highest demand.
Please do one about Ukko.
Ukko?
Ukko, yeah.
Who is Ukko?
I believe he's he's a Finnish god. As far as I remember, he's like part deer. And he played a lute that was almost considered to be the first sort of distorted guitar.
Yeah.
Because the lute didn't give off like the same kind of sound that normal lutes did. So when
Metal.
he played it, it'd be like metal, exactly. Oddly enough, there is a song about Ukko by the Finnish band, words are failing me again.
We talked about a lot of Finnish bands this episode.
Yeah, Turisas. No, not Turisas. What am I talking about? Turisas is good though. Yeah, no, it isn't. No, it isn't. I'm going to argue with myself for about 15 seconds, so continue.
Gun it, please.
Yeah, I always enjoy when people ask me, hey, you should talk about this specific deity or this specific myth. And I'm always happy to. I usually write it down. But it's rare that I can spend a whole episode just talking about that one thing. So I usually just have to like put it in the list, and sort of like when I think of a good topic, like for example, the episode we were going to film today but did not because the battery was dead in the camera. We were going to shoot an episode before the interview. The battery, by the way, Underbite is fully charged now.
Is the episode fully charged? How did you manage that? Where do you plug them in?
4 shots of espresso. I'm fully charged.
4 shots of espresso. I am dead of liver failure.
Oh boy. Welcome to my
Anyway, the episode we were going to film today is called Who Wolf, What Wolf, When Wolf, Werewolf, and it was just everything to do about wolves, because they are the second most popular persona choice in the whole fandom, second to the ambiguous hybrid category, which we already had an episode about.
Whoop whoop.
Yeah, the hybrids and Cirgles was the episode that a fan reached out and asked, "Hey, I really want to do this episode for you about Cirgles and fan-created species." And I was like, "Awesome! That's so much research and writing I don't need to do now." So he did. He wrote all the parts to do with Cirgles, Dutch Angel Dragons, and that other zany one from Second Life. And I filled in the rest just talking about hybrids. I wrote that part.
On Dutch Angel Dragons,
Yep.
are they just Dutch because they came from
No,
Dutchland?
no.
What exactly is the background behind that? Maybe
So
just give us a little...
the creator, who's the fursuiter Telephone,
Mhm.
they had a horse named Dutch, and they created the species sort of in their honor after their horse passed. And so that's why Dutch Angel Dragons have sort of horse-like features. But they're more, I don't know, based on their description, they're more like spirits or undead. They're kind of vaguely dragon-like. So yeah, the Dutch part actually is an homage to the creator's past horse, named Dutch. So yeah, it has nothing to do with
The nationality.
Yeah,
At all.
absolutely. So that's one fun little tidbit that I otherwise would have been ignorant of.
Yeah, well, thanks for sharing it. That's actually pretty interesting.
Well, shout out to Bad Roy who helped write that episode.
Huh.
He did all that research, and I just regurgitated it. Flying birds are, yeah. I mean, basically all I do is regurgitate Wikipedia. People on the internet love it.
Sounds like my thesis.
You mean Scratch?
Yeah?
Okay, I'm pretty sure that like you know that Wikipedia is like the worst source to actively source.
I know.
No, like it's the active sourcing of it. You can source everything inside the sources of
Yeah.
Wikipedia.
Yeah, but it's not a
But
bad
don't
jumping
source
off
Wiki-
point.
Okay, honestly, like I'm gonna put this out there. I had a student who submitted a paper and read through the thing. It was all right, you know. They had one source. That source was www.theinternet.com.
Great.
Really?
Last move. I mean, writing
No,
bibliographies is kind of
I'm
tedious.
absolutely serious. Like second best one is when somebody actually because I'm an English lecturer, like everything's to do with English. I've had people quote schmoop, and every single other essay helping like writer thing out there, like literally copy paste the information from there and go like, cool, I'm going to
Knock
this
off
is
a
this
lunch.
is a reputable source,
Mhm.
and I'm just going, fuck you, it's not.
Like Cliff Notes all up
But
in this
yeah,
business.
like,
And I'm very glad you tell your students "fuck you." I think
I do.
more students
I do.
more students
They
do
do.
need to hear that kind of language.
If any of my lecturers, or at least any of my colleagues, hear this, I'm probably going to be fired in the next 2 to 3 weeks. Luckily, no one knows the day job.
That
Yeah,
means
I mean,
you
they
move
don't
back
know
down
that
to
you're-
Cape Town.
Green Wolf.
Yay! But the way that I was going to move down to Cape Town was to transfer.
Oh, okay. Are you going to transfer now?
It's a thing.
Sweet.
It's an idea.
Alright.
There are 2 campuses down there, so I've got like double the chance and
Where?
none of the experience.
Where are the
Belleville and
campuses?
Cape Town.
Oh, the Belleville one, like
Durban.
the one, High Street.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet. I know where that is.
Our campus looks like an office building, by the way. It's absolutely fun.
Have you seen the
It's nothing but
engineering?
shine.
Yeah, you've seen the engineering faculty in Stellenbosch, right?
You mean the tombstone?
The prison, yeah.
Yeah.
The one that looks like a mental asylum. It does.
Mostly because all of you are mental.
Yeah. like mentally smart.
Anyway, back to our guests.
Yeah, please.
Hi. Welcome to the podcast.
Oh, hey. Nice
Good.
to-
It's great to be here.
So, who are you?
um,
I don't even know who I am sometimes.
what's next on the cards?
A
Like,
rusty
yeah.
transvestite, or anyway, what's on the cards?
yeah, what's next on the cards? Like, what any big topics gonna be covered? Like, is there a theme for the next season, or?
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking of doing just a whole bunch of wolf videos. If I can get another script done in the next couple of weeks before
Mhm.
Underbite has to go on vacation. So next week or this Thursday we're gonna have the who wolf, werewolf, what wolf, etc.
Mhm.
And that's just gonna cover a bunch of myths, and it's just like shotgunning out a whole bunch of little topics, sort of like oh, and over here this there's a myth about where this happened, and over here werewolves did this, and then Zeus punished this guy by turning him into a wolf, and so on, and it's sort of like a thought tree of just hey, let's just talk about wolves for 8 minutes.
Nice.
And then next week we're gonna do the Red Riding Hood music video playlist, so that also
Ties
fills
into
in the
wolf thing?
wolf category.
Okay.
Yeah, and so I was visiting my local library, doing research
geez,
and getting some inspiration, and there were not one but 3 different books, all dissecting the Red Riding Hood myth. So what I might do is I might go back for a day trip to the library and just take all of those books out and write a whole episode just about the Red Riding Hood story that has been reimagined and reinterpreted many times over. One interesting thing that I found out is the Big Bad Wolf, in the majority of reimaginings, he's good.
Oh,
He's,
I thought it was a pedophile.
He's the protagonist,
Mm.
which is counterintuitive to the source material, where he's the bad wolf.
Yeah, I mean,
He's the bad guy.
The whole Fables series of comics is built around him as the sheriff.
Yeah, exactly. Like, so all of these different reimaginings now completely shift that perspective to the wolf being the good guy, and I think that's really fascinating. And with all of these other books already talking about this, I'm hopefully, if I can get the script done, we'll have 3 solid weeks of wolf episodes.
Woo!
Working on some scripts for a little series on
Yeah.
Fursuit.
Yeah, tell them about the mascot series, the Fursuit series.
So it looks like it's gonna be like a little 6-parter. I'm just gonna pop open a little bit of script here. Anyway, it's like,
I think it'll probably end up being more than 6 episodes. I think it'll just be however long it ends up being.
yeah. So it's gonna be a bunch of episodes on mascotting history, et cetera, and it's interesting that I've been able to pinpoint like very immediate sources of inspiration or points in history in which led to mascots being where they are. Like they're very, very specific events and individuals. And,
Dogpatch.press had a bunch of articles on this specifically that inspired me to like write it down and save all the links and copy it. And then Underbite came and like, hey, I want to take care of this episode. And yeah.
So I wrote Dogpatch Press about the using of their source, and they're like, can't wait to hear it. So, yep, I'm looking forward to that. And
so like episode 1 is going to be about like the theater animals, or even before that, like pagan festivals, and then after that, yeah.
So it's after the werewolves, which you want to do like the werewolves in one go while we're putting up music videos, and then we put up all these fursuit videos in one go. That'll allow us to backlog, videos of other discussions or topics.
Yeah. I think right now, so long as we are continuously filming and releasing, I think that all really matters. We can always just put stuff into playlists when it's all out, right?
Yeah.
We're gonna have the fursuiting playlist, because I find a lot of people just like to binge watch. Some people just don't look at their subscription feeds. They just show up every now and again to the channel page and just binge watch every episode they missed.
Hashtag relatable.
Yeah. So I'm finding that's where a lot of the views come from, is just people who watch 10 episodes in a row. Even in our business program, There was a lovely woman, Nyasha. She was doing. She's starting her own dressmaking business, and she does like source from Africa.
Really
Prints,
traditional.
like really beautiful like gowns using really traditional
That's
African prints from
really
Nigeria.
very
And
fun.
yeah, I gave her like my business card and the little coloring book, and she's like, "Oh, this is really cool. I'll check it out." And then she came back the next day, like, "I watched 10 of your episodes in a row, and now I think I might be a furry." And yeah, like
Cool. We know where to
score
send our
hearts and
people
minds.
now. I'm gonna
Yeah,
send
she's-
every
she's a
single
sweet girl.
person I ever go out with to go there, and the people that agree and say that they're becoming furries are the people that I'll continue going out with.
Yay!
Is that your
Yes.
relationship litmus test?
That is my relationship litmus test at this point, because the thing is that at the end of the day, I'm gonna have to live with my dad for starters,
Hmm.
and I'm gonna have to do this from my house
Oh yeah.
in like 3 years from now, maybe 2 years from now. And I'm not living with my dad. My dad is living with me, and I'm literally gonna just like close my door. I don't know. I'm gonna find like soundproofing things,
It's very easy to
Yeah.
find.
just put them all over the wall. Yeah. Welcome to the Whispercast.
Yeah. Li-
That would,
yeah. Lest
that's
you be.
actually a good idea for a podcast.
Mm.
Whispercast. The whole thing is done in really quiet. Shh. It's recorded in a library.
When we say something exciting, we're gonna shout it. Okay.
Don't clip
Yeah,
the mic.
I love it. Make it happen.
And have like the
Scratch
occasional like little
Whispercast. It's
have like the occasional little bit of what's that called, like MSRI, that like audio stuff.
Is that where like
Where people put
where
on
it's
videos,
like a certain
yeah, where a certain sound
Yeah.
keeps being repeated, like I don't know,
Yeah.
someone stroking their beard, or like I don't know, boiling a kettle or something like that.
shaving somebody's head.
No, it's like literally videos of just that
what
sound.
kind of YouTube channels do you subscribe to?
This actually happens, by the way. Like there. I think there's a video out there of a woman just talking nonsense half
I think
the time.
yeah,
People
I
just
think
like hearing her
sometimes
do
I think that's what my channel is.
Yeah.
This guy who just talks a bunch of nonsense about animals, whatever.
No, believe me,
that. I'll
there's
subscribe.
yeah.
I might even go to their Patreon. Oh wait, I've started giving them like $20. How did this even happen? Oh god, I bought a fursuit.
Yeah,
Oh no.
I just met Uncle Kage.
slippery slope. I met him briefly, actually. I managed to get a coloring book in his hand at last Fernley Equinox, but I didn't get a chance to get a conversation with him.
Oh.
I think one of the if ever there has to be like a comedy, it has to be a person going through this entire sort of like period of denial
Mm-hmm.
through like the course of 3 years of becoming a furry
Mm-hmm.
and like denying it around every single corner. Then there
Yeah.
are these like dark moments where all you see is them dancing in fursuit in the middle of like a furry convention, and the next day they wake up at home with
Mhm.
like their fursuit head staring at them from the top of the like from like the top shelf.
We had an idea for
Yeah.
maybe in a couple years we might do like apply for an art grant for a feature, like a feature film almost, like
Yeah.
something just a shop for. I don't know. This is still just speculative and like blue sky thinking. But we're thinking maybe we could do a furry horror movie that takes place at a convention,
Mm.
and it would be pretty great because you should
Definitely
have,
Camp Feral.
yeah, the uncanniness of well, they've already done horror movies. I don't know. I think I would make it take place at the fictional convention PAFCon from Fur and Loathing NCIS Las Vegas or
Oh,
whatever.
yeah. That one, yeah.
Yeah, so it would be take place at PAFCon, and it would be like either a serial killer or ghosts or something. I don't know. It's just sort of horror movie at a furry convention. It writes itself.
Just have
It
the
really
furry
does.
version of like Scooby Doo there.
Yeah.
So in other words, all you have is like 3 furries and one guy without a suit, and he's Scooby Doo.
I love it. Yeah, see, like all these ideas just sort of come out of the woodwork, right? So just gotta.
You
Dream.
obviously have what's it, that like fan made music video from Who's the person who did it? Who's the band?
You tell me.
Damn it! Excuse me. Hold on. Carry on.
What band? Like, what's the song you're talking about? Is
I
that
don't know
what?
the song name. I don't know the band name. I just know that the guy actually does like a whole bunch of brony content, and then made like a. Yeah, Pika Pidi. Are you sure it's Pika Pidi? Sorry, I'm getting like words from behind me.
It's not the one where the guy in the truck tries to hunt the furries, right?
No, it's no. It's a fan-made like animated music video with I am in culturally effed things. I'm not gonna be able to find the damn video in here. Excuse me.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna
pretty
find.
lost.
Yeah, you're
Um,
talking to the wind right now.
It's okay. Silhouette was good. Not that one. Ghost. Mystery Skulls.
Oh fuck, dude. Yeah.
Like the two videos that they did, Mystery Skulls for Ghost, and then for
Freaking out.
Yeah, I'm gonna pop a link to this music video because this damn thing is amazing, and it
It's catchy
involves
as
like
shit.
Scooby-Doo characters.
Oh,
It is
I've
catchy as
totally
shit.
seen these. Yeah, it's like a whole series of these, right?
There's
two
two
as
of
far
them
as I
so
know.
There's
far.
at least
We
two.
want there to
Okay.
be more.
Yeah, it's like this. It's sort of like a music video show where
Yeah.
like there's a continuity and recurring characters.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've totally seen this.
And you know that like skull, like floating skull in the suit thing, like that was like big on FA for a while as people's avatars.
Mhm.
Yeah, not only that, but people also sort of started using it as renditions of Undertale.
Yeah.
I did not
Or
know
I
that.
mentioned that in a recent video, the sort of occurrence of new like skullish undead hybrids.
Mm.
It might be worth exploring in a full episode on its own. It's not really related to furry, but like it's this weird overlap
Mm.
of people who like skulls for heads.
Who's that one? Who's that
Bonehead.
one?
Haha. Sorry.
God damn it. Who's the one? There's a one fursuiter who actually has like a detachable face with a skull underneath.
Yeah, I've seen it. Oh, it's so cool.
It is.
Super cool. Yeah, you can get like forms of the realistic skull for fursuit base, but some people just like paint it up to be more skull-like and just have like the removable face, like that one suitor, and it looks so badass.
It does look really cool.
It's creepy as all hell, though.
Dude, it's kick-ass.
Like the gif for that was absolutely amazing. Like Furry comes up to him and then he rips off his face and just throws it at him.
Yeah, there's another one I saw. I don't think it has a removable face. It's just sort of bones, but it's all like instead of fur, they use moss, and like instead of whiskers, there's these like long strings of grass, and it's all a sort of like natural look.
Like sort
Like,
of
it
a
looks like it was
decomposing
left out.
kind of look.
Yeah, it looks really really cool, but it has that sort of like natural mystic charm about it.
That is kick-ass.
What I would love to have is that somebody does from Princess Mononoke,
Mm-hmm.
like has the removable worms from like a pig face.
What?
Needs to be done. It's no like Princess Mononoke. Obviously, like there's a demon chasing down all the human beings.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're
And
infected with that weird like black goo worms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh. The
I don't
worms.
know how you'd pull that off though. You just get like black condoms or rubber gloves or something. Probably with
Well,
rubber
I mean,
gloves.
Speaking of, actually, like
scratch.
there are
Yeah.
there are a brand of like free condoms or in South Africa that actually do come in black.
Yeah. I know you can get like there's almost like surgical gloves, but you can get them in black, and they're meant for naughty things.
Oh yes, of course. Well, yeah, just do latex casts or something like that.
Yep.
That could work.
So for anybody out there who's got a lot of time on their hands and wants to creep people out by randomly taking out the free condoms,
Sure, why not?
there's an idea.
Have your own Princess Mononoke demon mask with live worms. Reach out your friends.
Hey, if you could do it, it would look so cool.
Reach out
Uh-huh.
your Win
How-
the contest.
How would you?
Piss off the building.
Yeah. How would you make them like jitter and wiggle
You'd have to
without
get
like
filled with air.
animatronics or something?
Oh, I don't know if you could do that. You just have to like wiggle, and they would just move.
Yeah.
I think if you had like an internal fan
Yeah.
Or something like
You
and
could, like-
holes on the outside,
you could
that
like,
weird, like-
inflate them or deflate them at will. It would look
Flailing
really
Yeah.
strange.
Tube
Like,
thing.
look, I made out of a shredded garbage bag. Nope, they're noodle worms.
Yeah. You get those noodle people with their arms. You just blow
Wacky,
air. into them.
inflatable arm tube
yeah,
man.
It's like
Yeah.
a nose on one face.
Yeah, there's a
Gross.
amazing podcast. I think it was 99% Invisible did on the invention of the wacky wavy arm inflatable tube man.
You have to say it
Yeah,
exactly
it was
like that.
fascinating. It was done for the Caribbean Olympics in the 60s or 70s,
Mhm.
and they just needed like a cheap, easy way to just sort of I don't remember. Yeah, it was really quite fascinating where this silly object came from. It's just a fan and a tube of fabric, and away you go.
Cute mascot. He's always got energy. He's hopping around. He's got his arms
Yeah.
waving about.
Yeah, it's just like
Sometimes he falls over.
yeah, and then he just gets back up
Buddy.
again.
What a world we live in.
What a time to be
Yep.
alive.
Yeah.
Just imagine like
Animal
actual
people
human
and
beings
tube
got up.
people and
I've seen someone cosplay that thing.
yeah.
It's fucking hilarious.
Really?
Yeah, I'll send you the GIF as soon as I can find it.
Okay.
Sure.
Was he like in a jacket like 5 times too big for him?
No, it was
Right.
like
It was like,
waving his hands around.
Green tube with like a hula hoop on the bottom, so it looked like it was flat, and then he would just like bend down and wave his arms around.
Mhm.
That obviously reminds me of like Balloon Fox. Or what's his name?
What?
Lemon
Edible
Fox.
furries.
Yeah, no. It's literally a guy's in suit, and he jumps around in a balloon.
Oh, okay, yeah. Those weird like body balloons you can climb
Yeah.
into. Those are weird.
Mm.
I don't mean
Yeah.
to kink shame anyone who's into inflation.
Aw.
Yeah, choose your words carefully.
This is one sad fault. Anyway, no.
Shall I hand you a shovel?
Yeah, you know what? Give me a damn crane and like several like
Yeah, just bury you in
Bulldozers.
concrete.
yeah.
Anywho, there's the GIF.
I pop that to. You gotta be freaking crazy. What? No ways.
So it looks like it's one of those giant springs that
Yeah.
wraps around the whole thing to keep it upright. And yeah, they just sit inside, and it just looks like there's no one in there.
It's
But
hilarious.
there clearly is. It's very clever.
Like I said, what a time to be
Oh.
alive.
All I see is a Canadian flag go past.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Really?
Represent.
Uh,
I have, yes. I've popped it to the chat.
Alright, cool.
I was gonna pop it to furry.fm. Okay, so big ideas coming up. A couple of movies in the lines already. A couple of ideas for that already as well.
Mhm.
Uh,
Yeah. So
Couple of
otherwise,
interesting ideas. for
launching a
fursuits.
website. So, Underbite is going to be working on his fursuit, so Rusty will have a on-camera companion. He just bought all the material for that. We're also going to be launching a website. We're probably going to be getting some sponsorships, which will hopefully not be interruptive or upset any viewers, but they give us money, so
I suppose it would be the same as sort of same as most people, like Squarespace, Lynda, Audible.
yeah. I'm going to start small. Ideally, I want to do furry businesses, but they are kind of hard to reach out to and pitch this kind of idea. Like I wanted to, like fursuit makers, or if they distribute plushies. Like there's a small company here in Toronto that does it, but it's just sort of hard to breach, and it is a limited limited pool, and if I screw up everyone right away, then like I can't access that pool anymore, and then next thing you know, I'll be having nowhere else to go but Lynda and Squarespace. Once we hit 5,000 subscribers, which we are halfway there, we can go to there's a site called FameBit that outsources sponsorships, which I assume is where everyone gets their Squarespace sponsorship from. Yeah. So
the YouTube group that does a whole bunch of videos. It's a guy you were talking about. You didn't really like the quality of his videos, but he had a whole bunch of subscribers, and he was through this particular network. No, he has less than us even, but he's still being published on this particular network.
Oh, I think you're talking about the Raccoon's Den. Yeah, right. Yeah, one of the other big things culturally after planning is more collaborations. I've reached out to Bandit, who does the Raccoon's Den, which is a really unique YouTube series that somehow they've been operating for 5 years, and we surpassed them in subscribers. Definitely check out the Raccoon's Den on YouTube. It is a furry docu-dramedy. So, like, half their episode is like, hey, we're at this fur meet, and there's all these fursuiters in the background, say hi and catch up to people, and the other half is, like, scripted drama. And there's nothing else like it on anywhere on the internet. And I reached out to Bandit, and I'm probably going to get them to appear on the show. And I'm probably going to appear on their podcast in exchange. Likewise, I've been talking to the people who do the podcast Feral Attraction. They are a relatively new furry sex advice podcast. They are incredibly well-spoken. Definitely check them out, too, for their podcast listeners.
So, incredibly well-spoken for a bunch of perverts.
Actually, the guy was telling me the one spoke at the UN for economics and the environment, and the other one speaks at science conferences. So despite the fact that they have a podcast about sex and kink and BDSM and all of this other crazy stuff under the black leather rainbow, that they are really well spoken. They really know their shit. So even just talking to them for 5 minutes over Skype, I'm like, okay, I'm not at all concerned about what we're going to talk about, because the episode that they're going to be featured in will write itself.
Oh, that's awesome.
Because, yeah, they are really great. So maybe have them on your show. You should appear on their show, maybe. Feral Attraction. Check them out. I heard them first on Dan Savage's podcast, Savage Love. And they got a huge amount of kickback from them, but they only just started this year. So I'm definitely in talks to collaborate with those two you furry creators. So keep an eye out for them. Feral Attraction will probably appear on an After Dark episode. And I'm thinking with Raccoon's Den, I might sort of make an episode about YouTube and about being furries on YouTube. Because the way Bandit put it was like, we're not making videos that are just fursuiters walking around to trance music. We're making like quality content.
For sure.
I thought that was kind of a funny description of every furry video on YouTube.
Oh, very much
fursuiters walking around, and there's trance music in the background.
Yeah.
And again, you could say that about many cosplay videos.
Let's
Collaborate with us.
check out this convention that you didn't get to. Oh, too bad. It was only the best time ever. Check it out. You jealous?
Yeah, if you guys want to come on, we can write a show. We can write an episode about like smaller communities or like how south-afrifur has started, because it's almost like traveling back in time to when furry started. You're in a smaller community. It's mostly online. And you got these meets happening slowly but surely, grassroots sort of thing. So we could totally get you guys on the show. I don't know what you look like though. So maybe you're not camera friendly. Maybe you guys are hideous.
I am.
I look like Igor.
Yeah.
I think after the video,
Scratch looks like a bear, like literally a bear. He has more hair on his face and head at this point, that like more than a bear.
Like,
the man's a bear.
At this point, I feel like I'm what Hugh Jackman would look like if he really let himself go.
All right.
That's a compliment to you. Well done.
Like really badly though. Like all the Wolverine money's
Also,
gone.
sorry,
and
I
he's living
keep
under
like
a
punching
bridge.
my microphone.
Yeah, apparently Wolverine just couldn't like shave his own face with his claws, that kind of thing.
Yeah, it just grows back.
My dad, look, I mean, honestly, my dad has
Words.
has a lot to say about your face fuzz, dude.
Yeah, your dad has words about me. But yeah, let's not get family involved right now.
Oh, I got home after the day that we went out that night. Like, he's like, "What the fuck is that?"
But what was I gonna say though?
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, I like how you guys are all like, we'll get you on, as if, yeah, as if any of us can just like pack up and go to Canada for a weekend or something.
It just looks down the street.
Yeah.
Hmm?
No, I mean like the internet is vast, right? Like you can
For porn.
we can probably work with just audio. Underbite and I were talking about getting some basic animations in even.
Mm-hmm.
For porn.
So we could do something like that. Like I was talking with Feral Attraction people. They don't have a camera, so
Mhm.
I'm probably just going to have them their audio presence. And we're gonna have to deal with it. Like we're gonna have to either just get their avatars in, or it'll just be me like nodding and stroking my beard. Yes, there are people talking at me.
One of the interesting things that what's the word? If there's a guitar channel out there called Rob Scallon.
Mhm.
Those of you who are familiar with his work, he's like a really, really good guitarist.
Mhm.
But yeah, uh, what he does is that generally he wouldn't like have a Skype call
Mhm.
with his other buddy from like some other state, and they would have like a battle off, and then they would each have video cameras inside their own places, and then like do that kind of thing.
Yeah, so through the power of the internet, we can get you guys on the show without anyone having to go to a different part of a different hemisphere.
Although if you are coming down to like South Africa at some point, you know.
Yeah, all of that dollars I have.
Yeah, Cape Town's better than Joburg. Just saying, it's a nicer place to visit.
Bloemfontein, dude. Let's just go to Bloemfontein.
Of course, yeah.
My
Let's.
soon-to-be brother-in-law spent a good bit of time in South Africa, in Cape Town, as it happens. So that might
District
get me
9 was a documentary, right?
District
Pardon?
9 was not quite a documentary, no.
Yeah, District 9 is a accurate telling of what Joburg is like.
Actually, it's
Yeah.
not far off.
Yeah.
The
Nigerians.
downtown like look nice.
Ish. Not the, at least not the part I visited.
Downtown Joburg. Like we
It
talk
looks
about
very
downtown
corporate
Joburg
and
the same
sterile.
the same way that people talk about downtown Detroit.
Yeah, it sure exists.
Yeah, it's there. It's a thing.
There are many people there. There are just not many people that go there willingly.
Yep.
Yeah.
God, that's a story in and of itself.
Could
So
you
this is
possibly pop us a link to Feral Attraction, just by the way?
Yeah, I think it's just feralattraction.com actually. Let me just double check that. So this is my third appearance on south-afrifur. So does that mean I'm like officially a friend of the show, or
You
like
were a friend of the show from like that point that
Yeah.
you messaged me randomly on Skype to talk.
veteran? No, that was for Potteroo's idea, Furry Tales.
Yeah, you were
Right.
a friend before you started your thing.
Right. No, I don't know. You know what I mean, though. I'm a south-afrifur veteran. South-afrifur. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want like? Can we give you a badge?
Yeah. Yeah.
Badge.
Give me a badge.
We'll make. We'll,
Actually, Scratch, dude, we can work this out.
How? What? Tell me things.
We have people. We have people in the badge creation like thing.
We do.
Also, by the way, those of you who don't know, like the person who created our art actually just drew that for Arrkay. And I don't know, I kind of like the silhouette. It kind of reminds me of an extremely thin version of God damn it. How is it that I forget this person's name?
What?
You're bad with pronouns
Alfred
today.
Hitchcock.
Alfred Hitchcock, yeah.
Ah, the birds. Something. The birds.
Yes, exactly. That's the reason why this was created. Raven is a massive fan of ravens and Alfred Hitchcock and everything
Red-winged
to do with
blackbirds
it.
are actually a songbird. They're not corvids. Fun fact.
Crush my dreams.
Sorry.
You're trying to be
We're
nice.
more closely related to like
Ma-
cardinals or
magpies.
thrushes and yeah, they're songbirds.
Speaking of which,
they're not
should
corvids.
we like the Cardinals right now? Are they doing well?
I don't know.
Sports ball.
Yeah, I don't know anything about sports, man. I don't know. You're asking the wrong person.
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel when I speak to Scratch about sports.
Hmm
At one point, he told me that Michael Schumacher scored a goal with the hockey stick.
Dude, you know I'm being facetious.
I'm just happy everyone has a good time.
It's like I'm just happy to be involved.
Michael Schumacher is the one sport I actually do follow, if any of them. It's funny.
What, hockey?
No, he's a Formula One driver. He drives the car very fast.
Around the corners, yeah.
He did it better than everybody for like 7 years in a row.
Cars go fast.
Oh, between 1993 and it was after. Okay, I'm not going to talk about Formula One right now. That's something that I do actively follow. Like,
And I know
Get
it's not-
Underbite on the show independently, and then you can talk about it.
That upstart Hamilton.
oh yeah, that dude. Like, if you want to talk about upstarts, you want to talk about that guy from Argentina, I
Dude,
think.
you just said you're not gonna start now.
Well, you just carried on. I'm gonna carry on if you carry on.
Okay. We'll yeah.
Anyway.
No more sports ball.
I want a proper like at one point I need somebody to come out as furry, and they're like a professional sportsman.
Yeah, I know Camp Farrell had a couple of Olympians that did the lake swim. I don't know if they continued to go back. I also don't know their names, unfortunately, but yeah, they're around. I mean, there is
person B and person C.
yeah, there's furries of all sorts, right? And I know Drummond, he's in New Zealand. He's been in New Zealand for a while, but he does marathon running, and he was almost representing Canada in the Olympics one year for marathon running. That's just what he's super into. So yeah, like absolutely, there are a very select few professional athletes, depending on how broad your category for that is.
Yeah. Dash, or Dutch. I'm going to call him Dutch because
why not?
I wouldn't know how to say that. Because DACH generally tells me Dakander. Deshaun. I call him Deshander. But in any case, he's a very good friend of mine from the muck. He's actually listening at this point. He probably hates me for doing this, by the way. I'm so sorry.
Fucking.
I already apologize.
Get on with the story.
Yeah, he told me about that person from esports.
Yeah, there's a whole furry esports team now, or network or something.
Furry esports.
Doter.
Yeah, furry esports. There's a whole like network for that, and they play at least semi-professionally, if not professionally. And then we were talking earlier about Sonic Fox, and I think he recently won a major championship.
Oh, for Evo, right? In an Evo
Yeah,
tournament.
I think so.
That's pretty cool.
like he won some amount of money for being the best video game person at that.
The best at clicking.
Yes, the best clicker.
I think Evo's fighting game tournaments, right?
Oh, Mortal Kombat.
No, I think it's Street Fighter. I don't know which
Online?
ones are sanctioned. I could be.
I know
very
there's
wrong,
like this weird like British dude who does like a whole bunch of EVO stuff, but he gets salty as fuck sometimes.
You should see me when the lag kicks in Overwatch.
Oh, Scratch complaining about the lag. Yeah, sure, blame it on your ISP.
I do. It's horrible.
Yeah, well, South Africans pretty much like always we perma blame it on the lag.
Yeah, it just sucks.
There are no servers in South Africa. We have to
Big
go to
none.
fucking Europe.
No service at
300
all.
second, like 300 millisecond, like lag.
That's awful.
I hate playing LOL.
I hate playing LOL. Period.
Oh, fuck you.
I usually just play like the single player, like RPGs. Like I'm currently replaying Fallout 4. That's the extent of my video game knowledge. Really, is the occasional RPG like that or Skyrim or something.
Mass
I've
Effect
never
Andromeda.
been able to get into World of Warcraft or any of these other hip MMOs.
Hip. Yeah, don't get into WoW. Like, as a recovering WoW player, I'm telling you, do not even think about
I'm
trudging
pretty
down
sure
that rabbit hole.
it's past, isn't it? Like, is WoW even still like really significant? I haven't heard much from that community.
Yeah, let's just say WoW's heyday, I think, has passed, but the new expansion's coming
and
out,
it's
and
still
that always,
there.
yeah, it's still there, but that new expansion is coming up like in a month maybe, and then it's most likely gonna drag in a few new users or like have people resubscribe. So yeah, it's not going anywhere anytime soon, but I do see the downhill coming.
Mhm.
Anyway, all right. So we're gonna give you guys a little bit of a shout out. Culturally F those guys, those of you who are listening. These were the two co-directors. What did you call yourselves again? EPs?
Executive producers.
Yep.
We're the
Once again,
executive
watch out.
producers and co-creators of Culturally Effed, which you can find at
Wait.
www.what?
Yeah. No, not you. Go.
Okay.
Carry on.
youtube.com/culturallyeffed. You can also find us on Twitter, Tumblr, Facebook, Fur Affinity, and Weasel as well. We are working on a website which will hopefully one day be www.culturally.effed. Ideally, if we can get that URL. If not, it'll probably just be culturallyeffed.com or maybe .ca.
FD,
And
what
yeah,
is that domain?
reach out. I'm not. I
Fucked up.
forget. Finland.
Could be.
Keep talking about. This is a Finland-heavy episode.
Mhm.
You know what? Instead of me coming to South Africa or you guys coming up to Canada, how about we just meet halfway in Finland?
Dude,
How about
One
how about
question.
we meet, like in the middle of the Atlantic?
No.
Greenland.
no, dude. Okay, both of those locations are fine for me because you can see the aurora borealis from there. So I'm done. I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm there.
Sweet. All right, we'll meet in Finland.
So South-afrifur is opening up a Patreon today. Not just a Patreon, but also a GoFundMe. Go fund us to Finland.
To Finland.
We won't come back. We're sorry. We'll bring a little bit of Canada to Finland for no apparent
Yeah.
reason.
It's great.
Oh, good. More snow.
Yeah. Also,
Yeah.
you should check out Underbite's artwork. He's usually open for commissions and such for Affinity
Pricing?
/Underbite. What?
Underbite?
Hello?
Hi.
Yeah. What's your pricing?
Yeah, are you open for commissions right now?
I am indeed. I'm open for
Yeah,
permission.
check out his art. He does some great like oil work-ish stuff, some more traditional media.
Yeah.
Pop us a link.
Detailed or not detailed, or toony or not. Yeah, you want to sell yourself a little Underbite or?
Well, yeah, absolutely. So, like, I mostly just base my stuff on an hourly rate, but I do most of my paintings between, $60 to $100, mostly like focused character portraits, multiple characters, simple scenes. So just check out my gallery. Once again, on FA and Weasel. That's Underbite Dragon. I'm also on Twitter as well, but Twitter and FA is where I'm most active. And in the next few months, I plan on being much more active within those communities, getting myself in more trades and just doing more free stuff for my followers, etc. So currently in the middle of a few lifestyle changes, but in the next few months, it's looking like it's going to be a lot more friendly as far as time and effort for artwork. So at any rate, please check out my page. I'm always looking for new work to do, and I love making friends. Just give me a call if you want to say hi. Anything at all. There you go.
All right.
Sullivan Fish. Have a great day, everybody.
Yeah, if you ever have any ideas for Culturally Effed, by all means, tweet at us, post on our FA page, or find me on Skype or whatever. We're always open to new ideas, new pitches.
Scripts
yeah.
you've already written.
Yeah, absolutely. Write us some scripts,
Script
please.
somebody else has already written.
Preferably not, I suppose.
Preferably not.
Well, if we have permission, one
Yeah.
of the ideas I had, we were talking about the Tales podcast that Potaru got us, and that's how our relationship started.
Yeah.
I had an idea to use those 10 interviews that are just sitting around, not doing anything. I'm thinking we might turn those into YouTube videos, provided we get everyone's permission, because no one's using them.
I think it
There's
still
hours.
exists.
There's hours and hours of people interviewing each other about how they entered the fandom.
Arrkay
that
pointed
I
out a particular. Arrkay pointed out a particular channel that takes these sort of audio files and puts simple animations over them. So that's definitely something we want to be working on for that. I've also been playing with some footage of Rusty, just being himself and doing a rotoscope animation technique. So I've been working out some. I guess you tell us the process, how I'm going to do it, but I want to include more of this sort of animation style in some way through Culturally F.
Yeah, it's just one of those like really time-consuming things that we also need to sort of learn to do from scratch. So it'll be rolled out really, really slowly. Whatever this animation thing we can end up with.
Doing this kind of work for another client, anyways. So I'm getting plenty of practice with it, and I hope I can really get it at a practical level. Something really cool and useful that Culturally F can have every now and then.
Yeah.
So
So in short, there's a lot going on with Culturally F. A lot coming down the pipes.
yeah, a lot we got to work out, and you guys are going to see it very soon. So,
That's a good problem to have, though.
Yeah.
it's the best.
We're getting to that problem right now, Scratch,
I
where
know.
it comes to guests.
I know.
Several.
Yeah, we have a
Good
backlog.
ones.
Holy shit.
Yeah, by now.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Like, you didn't have to scramble for people on a Friday night.
I'm at this point, that's exactly how it all started. Like, I would scramble for people on Friday night and go, Arrkay!
Yeah. No, but,
Like,
but
you
it's
guys will
cool.
come on your show, whatever.
We'd love having you on the show. And yeah, thanks again for being on the show. This was a very, very informative show, I guess. Well, I don't guess. This was awesome. It's always awesome. And like we got a lot of like good information out of this, and we really enjoy having both of you on.
Indeed.
Obviously, we're gonna have you guys on sometime soon, probably within the next 2-3 months.
Come back for my third visit. Get that badge.
Yep.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah, south-afrifur veteran, honorary South African furry.
Certified.
Yeah, at this point, I think Tempo wins that badge.
Yeah.
It's not a
I
win
figured I
thing.
wasn't the first, but
Yeah. But Tempo is definitely, for some reason, he's both an honorary Canadian and an honorary South African at this point.
he gets around.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, the less we talk about that, the better.
Yeah.
So I'd like to just, thank the guys who've been listening off of First Stream as well. So Mind, KinkinZA, Dash, Dak,
We love each and every one of you.
Proxy Fox, obviously both of you for being on the podcast with us. I know that there was a whole bunch of other people who were listening who dropped out of chat or anything like that from First Stream side. And Furry.fm, those of you guys who are listening from whatever channel you guys are listening from, thanks again for listening. Obviously, we can't necessarily see your names. There was nobody in chat. Wait, there was. Helzar, Proxy Fox again, and Bravura, all for listening. Thanks again.
And thank you to anyone listening to this in the future. This is a message from the past.
The future.
I was doing the hand motions to that. That was amazing.
I could feel them.
Yeah, were they rubbing up your chest? Sorry.
God damn it!
No, they're just hovering around me, really.
Three today. I'm good. There we go.
That doesn't make you good.
It makes me all right. Makes me feel good. Okay, just shut up. All right. So yeah, please feel free to check out Culturally F. Subscribe to them.
Implore you to check it out and subscribe. We need to get to the 10,000 subscribers so that we can record in Google Studios.
Yeah.
You can only do it with your help.
Those of you who are already subscribed,
Just $1 a month.
Subscribe again. Make a new Google account. Subscribe again. I just subscribed for the third time actually today.
I am busy. I am busy changing my accounts at this point as we are talking. I'm not. No, this isn't cheating.
this is
Because I have
I'm
my real,
typing in
I
culturally
have
F.
a real person account. I have an Underbite account, and I just started as art director for the Toronto convention. So I have a new email account again. So
this is
more
this is weird.
subscriber.
Like Africans are supporting Canadians.
Hey,
Everyone should support everyone.
Yeah, we're all on this planet together, man. We're all
Yeah.
part of the human race.
Tell that to the Republicans.
I mean, no, we're all talking animals. We're all talking animals. We have to
south-afrifur is
support each
actually
other.
already subscribed to culturally Effed, just so you know.
Yeah.
Great.
I am, however, I'm
You're
going to make a movement push them
You should
onto our
also
relate.
make sure to subscribe to the south-afrifur YouTube channel.
If you want.
Also, one of the things that we're doing after this, those of you who are listening, please just go over to www.furry.fm. Within the next 15 or so minutes, I'm going to be starting up and playing a little bit of music, mostly metal. You guys know this by now. Those of you who are listening and have been listening for a while. Also going to be showcasing a couple of very interesting songs. And yeah, just also for Furry.fm, they've started what they call the Musicians Showcase. They have a Your Character Here thing for about €15. You can put your character into the band that they have here with 4 different characters, all drawn by 4 different people. This by Laylor, Porky, Laylor again, and Porky again. Okay, so just 2 artists. But yeah, every species, every gender, £15 for one of them if you guys want to be lead guitarist, bass guitarist, lead singer, or, the drummer. Look, there's literally no appreciation from the drummer ever.
Oh, yeah, literally. Just like,
So,
yeah. No, never. Just never.
Yeah.
No, not ever.
especially when they look like, Lars Ulrich.
Yeah. Who the fuck is Phil Collins?
Fuck Phil Collins.
I always thought that he was a guitarist.
Fuck you, man.
Wait, I think you're talking about Peter Gabriel. Wait, no, I'm kidding.
Yeah. So anyway, guys, within the next 15 minutes, pay attention to the Furry.fm side. We're going to be playing music from there. And I will be your host for the south-afrifur after music party thing. You two are obviously always welcome to come. We're going to try to figure out whether we can have a topic to randomly talk about, get the audience involved, and ask a couple of questions about your fursona. Last week, what we did is we had a how did you come up with your fursona? I've already asked Arrkay. Arrkay has responded. So yeah, we'll figure out what the question of the evening will be, and I'll obviously be reading those out as we go through the evening. So yeah, listening to, I think we're probably going to be running until about 12 o'clock, possibly 1 o'clock. I've got no work tomorrow, so yeah, I'll be running the music from there.
Or if you want, you can just go home.
I am home.
No, like everyone listening.
They are home.
Fuck.
Mostly.
Yeah,
You're
then.
in the basement. That is your new home.
It's like,
All right,
shut
guys.
up!
No.
Who?
I just want to contribute.
Contribute, please. By all means, go ahead. I didn't mean to be rude.
I know. I'm teasing. My persona creation, if there's still time,
Sure.
I guess. Chime that in. Arrkay shared his. Underbite will share his. Yeah. It actually started one time. I went for a walk in my old neighborhood in Paradise, Newfoundland. It's the name of the town. And I just went for a little walk, just doodled some stuff, and I came up with this guy named Underbite, and he was like this super rad party dude, and like little tiny legs and everything. It was always a dragon. I always had an Underbite with like huge teeth or whatever, but I mean, just like, it just seemed really catchy. The name Underbite, that is. I don't actually have one. Actually, I shaved for the first time in about 1.5 years this week, and my jawline is actually quite weak. I don't have much of a jaw, so
My
he makes
condolences.
up for all the jaw. Yeah, pardon?
My condolences for shaving.
Oh yeah, it's really hot here, despite it being Canada.
Yeah, it's the dead of summer.
Yeah, God, it's hot. I'm not used to this either. But at any rate, Yes, so over the couple of years, like when I started moving here, I started introducing myself to more furry communities. I went by my last name, Wakeham, for a couple of meets, and I thought, okay, I really should get a furry name on the go. And then Underbite was kind of just sitting in front of me. And I was like, all right, and I just made all the Underbite Dragon accounts. Didn't really rush to upload anything, but I knew I'd be using the name for a good bit of time. So just now that I've actually got my foot in a few doors, I really want to start pushing artwork through it a lot more. So in the meantime, I've been working on his character. I've been performing as him in front of my girlfriend pretty well every day. Just kind of trying to get him right. She loves it. At any rate, that's something else. She'll be making the fursuit for him as well. She is Adrian is her name. She's a brand new fursuit maker. You can check her out at Furious Fluff if you are interested on the Twitter. At any rate, Underbite really came to be when I moved to Toronto. So just through other involvement and just through, all sorts of other things, he's been becoming more and more refined. Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah.
By the fall, he'll be on Culturally Effed.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. As far as like his personality, it's like I'm trying to put everything I want to be into a character. I'm trying to become that. So it's sort of like some sort of meta vehicle to drive me towards being a person I like more. So that's kind of that's on a side note. That's kind of what I like using furry for, anyways. Just more self extrapolation and exploration, and you know what I mean.
It's a good way to do it.
Anyways.
I just want to give a final shout out to Tox, who has reminded me of his presence. But yeah, Tox is out there as well. Tox has been listening. And yeah, so very, very glad to have the two of you on. And yeah, we'll see the rest of you guys next week, Sunday. Still trying to nail down one of those interviews. No, one is already nailed down, but if the other one does come through, then we'll shift on as we go. But we do have a backlog at this point, so that's a very, very good problem to have. We have about 3 people lined up already, all happy to be on the podcast with us. So yeah, we'll see you again next week.
Sure.
Cheerio.
See you guys.
Bye.
Cheers.